Alright, hello guys, just doing a quick tier list for TV shows. So I did say I was going to do like top 10, 15, but I'm just going to do it this way. Yeah. So yeah, what should we start with? Reacher. Season 3 wasn't as good as season 1 and 2. I kind of predicted how season 2 was going to go, but it still was fun to watch. But season 3, boring for the most part until like near the end. And I'm just hoping like if they make another season, it's a lot better, which I think they are. Gen V surprised me so much. It's A. A part of me wants to say S, but the execution of the final was not as good as season 1. But at least most of the season's better than season 1, which is a good thing. Because season 1, like, had like a few good episodes, but then some of the episodes was just like, and just I didn't like a lot of the characters, but they actually redeemed a lot of the characters in season 2, so it deserves to be definitely an A. I haven't watched this. Definitely didn't watch this. I can't tell what it is. In fact, there's some things that are not on here that I'll probably have to put on myself. I can't tell what this is. Wednesday, I'll just put this in A, but I think Gen V, I actually enjoyed it more than Wednesday season 2. Yeah. Even though season 2, at least it wasn't a bad season after having to wait flipping 3 years. That like it got to a point where I didn't even care, and I thought like a lot of the actors left. Like I thought Jenna left. I know like one of the characters left anyway. Who played one of the characters? One of the actors who played one of the characters because of like sexual assault or something. I don't know what was going on there, but it seems like season 2 is going to be a mess. But it actually ended up still being a great season. Just I think I enjoyed season 1 for the most part more, but it still kind of didn't let me down when it came to certain episodes. Like it actually met my expectations. Yeah. Stranger Things. This is the sad one. It literally has to be probably like bottom of C because season 5 started off very well. Like a lot of everyone was talking about Stranger Things, but then the second half just it destroyed all the momentum it built up. We didn't see no Demogorgons in the finale. We should have seen hundreds. We literally saw like probably over 50 in like season 2. Season 5, we didn't even see anyone at the end. I'm not talking about in the last episode, because the last time we see like Demogorgons is in like the penultimate episode when the Wheeler mum just literally kills like 3 of them in such a hilarious way, and the army can't do anything. It just all dies. Stupid. And the Vecna man, like, bro, trying to at the last moment make him a good guy, saying that he was being controlled by the darkness the whole time, and everything that he did wasn't actually him, to a degree anyway. But and then where it comes out that he's gay, just all that stuff. Things could have been done so much better. It's just the last few episodes were boring, and then the finale wasn't fully satisfying. The character endings was the best thing, of course, but the actual final battle was more underwhelming than Endgame, because Endgame is not really that great of a final battle as well. Like Infinity War was better, and probably the best final battle we've had in a movie. Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, easy. It beats any battle in any movie, in my opinion, that I've seen. But yeah, should have been so much better for a finale. But at least when it came to like the character endings, they did that well. But it just showed at the end of the day, Stranger Things never actually had any stakes when it came to like the season 1 characters. It was only like if you're a character from season 2 to 4, you're destined to die. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if that's it. Welcome to Derry, but that's like literally probably it basically would be my favorite show of this year, and I'm just shocked. I'm so shocked to say that because I didn't like the movies that much. The first movie was mid, and the second movie was awful. I've been trying to watch the 90s show, but I don't know. It's not bad, but it's just I feel like it's like it was for its time. But I rewatched the first movie at least, like before finishing It Welcome to Derry, and I'd say at least it's went from like an average to an above average film, but it's still not all that to me. Some people say it's like one of the best horror films ever, but my biggest issue is that I'm not really scared of clowns. I don't find clowns scary, so I'm more like laughing most of the time than actually being scared. Wait, Welcome to Derry, they tried to actually not show the clown as much. They tried to like show people's fears a lot more, so it actually made him scary. And then when they finally show the clown, it's more earned, and they still don't overuse him and make him too goofy. They still make him scary, and they just execute him perfectly, Pennywise, in this. And then the kid characters are just even better too, even though the ones in the 2017 film. They're definitely likable, but it's just what they decide to focus on the most is not really that interesting compared to making us care about the characters in a lot more in It Welcome to Dairy. And then when you see them as adults, it's just it doesn't work. And they make Pennywise literally a complete comedian. Like flipping watching the It sequel just feels like a parody of the first film. It literally feels like I'm watching a scary movie, but in It form. Yeah, but this film's, I mean, this TV show just executes things way better than the films anyway. Better characters. It even literally uses a character from The Shining, Halloween. I was kind of saying his name once sometimes in my reviews, but it's cool to edit him. If I'm trying to find a flaw, I guess it's the military side and the general, because they actually could have did even more with the general. Because he actually met Pennywise and stuff, and the way how they could have did cool things with that instead of like introducing his daughter that he had and what to do with that. It's just, yeah, there's some things that could have executed better, but it still did things so much better than the movies. Hell, even Stranger Things for the most part, and I'm literally talking about most of the Stranger Things show, not just destroying season 5, but literally beating most of the Stranger Things seasons to a degree where I might say Welcome to Dairy is better than Stranger Things season 1. That's such a great first season. It's like perfect. Yeah, because there was actually mystery and stuff in the first season, and the ones afterwards, like they couldn't really match. And season 4 came the closest, but you kind of already knew what the main threat was. We just actually got to see a face of the main threat. Yeah. And season 5 just it kind of built the hype, but then it just fully dropped it going into the second half. Yeah. And then there's Alien Earth. This easily could have been the best show of the year, but the amount of times they dropped the ball to the point where I probably would put it like. I don't know how I should do this. I feel like I should probably change it. So this is didn't watch. Disappointing. I don't know if I could try and make another rating, but yeah. Squid Game, B. I just hated how they made the cop completely useless, basically in the entire show. Literally, his partner achieved more than the actual cop. How the main character goes out, he just goes out sacrificing himself to save a baby. But man, I feel like he deserved better than that. He deserved to like have his story fully finished properly. It's still a good way to end his story and saying we're not horses and stuff. And then he actually touches like the front man's heart, and he kind of gives the money and stuff to like his daughter. But I still wish we actually got to see a scene where the daughter and the main character actually see each other and make up with their relationship, because we never really got to see that after season 1. So that's like a huge thing they messed up for me that we should have actually got to see. And the cop is useless, but he gets the baby, I guess, and the money. Just some things I feel like they could have executed better. And then some of the people end up escaping. It's not everyone that is, but man. Yeah, I just feel like it could have been executed better. I know they're going to make an American version now. See how that turns out. But yeah, that's what I've got to say about that. Didn't bother watch it because after seeing how bad they do the games in Last of Us when a new director takes over, I just knew the show was going to end in the same way. And yeah, people who watched the show got to feel what the game people felt with Last of Us 2. Cobra Kai, definitely on top of B. It's just, Cobra Kai became so cringy and teeny to how it first started. Seeing like literally the bad guy of the first film become the more of a good guy than literally Luso, which is crazy, and helps out kids and helps them shape their life and stuff, and while at the same time kind of fixing his life, and it's very inspiring and cool to see. And he does go through struggles throughout the show, and then it just gets to a point where the show just becomes so cringy and it's hard. It's watchable, but just not as enjoyable. But at least ends well, I guess. Yeah. And then we got the movie afterwards, which I still need to watch. And to be honest, I don't know if I should just watch it today, but I don't know. I'll see. But at least it ends well. Yeah. At B. Top of B. Peacemaker. Definitely A. I put it above Wednesday. I mean, I was talking about this show probably a lot more, I think. I mean, these were both shows I was talking about a lot. I was talking about so many shows because this year was just such a good year for TV for me. It was better than the movies we got, which was mostly mid, a few greats, and one S tier movie to me, The Long Walk. Dale Dixon, disappointing. Did nothing with its story. Wasted the UK setting, only one episode, and then we just got a setting that we've kind of seen before, but just not done as well. And then just copying like the Saviour storyline, boring. Dead City, even worse because they literally ruined Maggie's character. They made Negan just make the one choices for no reason, and flipping Hirschman ended up with a psychopath because of Maggie. It's just terrible. Didn't watch it. I'm not even sure what this is. Invincible, good season, yeah. Above Wednesday, because I was talking about Wednesday a lot though, so I'd still say I enjoyed Wednesday more than Invincible, even though some of those last episodes are pretty good, especially that last one. Daredevil Born Again, but I put it in A. Looking back, there is a lot of weak episodes and too slow of moments. Like when the original show did slow moments, they did it so well. I'm just putting it in B because I feel like if we rewatched this, I think I would like it a lot less. There'd still be some cool scenes, but yeah. I haven't even watched Suits at all. Didn't watch this. I need to watch You. Some people compare it to Dexter, so yeah. And this was actually good to like. I was shocked. This was actually good. Would I put it in A though? For now, I'm just gonna put it in B, top of B. It's a pretty good show. I was thinking this show was gonna suck. It's woke, but it's actually good. Yes, they made Norman black and stuff, but I don't care, man. It was still a good show. It was kind of felt like a copy of like, with like MCU with Tony kind of adopting Peter, but instead you've seen Osborn adopt Peter, but he's the bad guy, so he's gonna take advantage of him. But yeah, it's still a good show. And then we got Andor. I'd love to say this is S, but I don't know. I don't really enjoy the last episodes as much, but the season for the most part is pretty good. I'll still leave it there though for now. On top of A, it deserves it. It's such a good prequel. It's like a prequel because we had Rogue One, and then we got Andor, which is even a prequel to Rogue One, and it's still. I feel like when it comes to prequel stuff, that's where Star Wars can do its best work, especially with good writers. Because sequel, they just destroyed everything. Yeah, Severance, the best show of the year. Season 2 was peak writing. Yeah, and it's came from Ben Stiller and just the masterful writers he has on his team. Ironheart. I watched one episode, I think, and I just seen tons of memes of it. So it's bottom, but because Dead City literally destroyed a character that was once in my top 10 Walking Dead characters. It can't be the worst though. And then Daryl Dixon was literally boring, the most boring show I watched that year. Alien Earth. I don't think I talked much about this, but I feel like it should be top of disappointing because literally they had an episode that was better than the first Alien film in my opinion, because it added like an element where the first movie kind of dragged, where they actually added like a kind of spy traitor kind of thing in an episode that was similar to the movie, and I feel like it worked way better. Yeah. Alright, didn't watch this. And then there's Pluribus, which isn't really here right now, so let me just go on Google. I didn't fully finish it because the show became pretty boring. It started off so well, because it's basically people who made Breaking Bad, but then it just became boring to me. Yeah. I don't know if Fallout really counts for this year, because it's literally still going into this year. So I don't know if I can count Fallout. But yeah, Pluribus, I'll just put in disappointing, but because it started off so well, maybe a top, and I feel like Stranger Things deserve to be above Reacher because I actually enjoyed the first half, the first 4 episodes. It was making me talk about Stranger Things so much, which is something I haven't done in a long time. Yeah, Pluribus, such a good premise, but just didn't do it that well. Yeah. In the end, I still need to watch the remaining episodes, but it's going to be hard to ever want to do that because it became so boring. Yeah. I'm just trying to think. Is there any other shows I watched from that year? I just don't know if I can count Fallout because it's literally still ongoing, and I think we only got like it was only like 2 episodes in that year, 1 or 2. So I don't really think I can count Fallout. I'm just trying to think. Is this really it? But for now, we'll just go like. That's the S tier shows are Severance and Itwelcometoderry. And this came like early in the year, so it's like at one point I forgot this actually came out in 2025 because it was so early, and then it came like near the end. And then Ando, I feel like it deserves to be here, even though I feel like the last 2 episodes I didn't really enjoy that much. genv, like the final episode just wasn't as good as the first season's final episode, but it's still better than most of season 1. Peacemaker, there's definitely, like, looking back at this season, there's definitely some flaws, but I was still entertained watching it. It was the most probably funniest show to watch last year. Yeah. Story-wise, I guess they were setting up like the next Superman film, so they kind of cared less about the story of Peacemaker and more like setting up stuff, which is not really a good sign, James Gunn. That's something that Marvel was kind of doing at one point. But at least your show was actually, good, but this season wasn't as good as season 1. Just like with Wednesday, it wasn't as good as season 1, but still enjoyable. But I don't know if I could say there's some things they do better in Wednesday for me to say. I have to put Wednesday in front because there's some things, where they actually made characters that I didn't even like in season 1 better. And when you do stuff like that, yeah. So I feel like Wednesday deserves to be a bit higher than Peacemaker. Peacemaker, like, when it comes to its story, I feel like they could have did a lot more of it, because we finally got to the thing we actually waited for, and it just went by so fast, and then it just went to this setting up like a Superman sequel, where I can at least say Wednesday told a complete story about setting up something, because they at least completed their story in season 2, and then they were setting up stories for season 3 to get hyped for. Instead of just, like, you literally left so many unanswered questions and while setting up a new movie. That's not good. Even though the season was still enjoyable, I can't really say Peacemaker deserves to be over Wednesday, because at least Wednesday finished their season 2 story and was setting up season 3 story. Yeah. Invincible, you could say a similar thing, but again, I feel like they kind of finished most of their story. The thing I kind of hated, that they didn't get to see much of, like, Omni-Man. But, it was still a good season. I enjoyed it. Yeah. And season 4 is just going to be crazy with the character they're introducing. And I don't know if that's next month. Then we got Spider-Man. Surprisingly good. I thought this was going to be trash. I just decided to give it a try for, like, why not? Because we had Disney Plus. We don't really use it anymore because there's no reason to have Disney Plus, to be honest. And it surprised me. It was good. And if they get another season, I'd actually would like that. I'd rather have a not spectacular Spider-Man, a 90s Spider-Man return. But if we never get that, at least we got this show. That's not bad. Yeah. Daredevil Born Again, I'm just hoping season 2 is a lot better. I'm hoping it's not like season 2 of the original Daredevil. I'm hoping better, but since season 1 of Born Again doesn't even match most of the other Daredevil seasons. Because, like, the first 4 episodes of season 2, and I'm talking about the original Daredevil, they were so good. And it kind of basically helps set up, like, a spin-off show for Punisher. But then, like, the rest of the season, it was kind of on and off. We've only introduced Elektra and stuff. The Elektra stuff didn't work for me. I feel like she kind of worked better in, like, Defenders as the main villain, but her being, like, a big part of the story just, no. So I'm just hoping, at least we have Jessica Jones coming back in season 2, and I hope they use her well, because she's probably the best written character in, like, the Marvel Netflix era, because Daredevil probably would be second for me. It's just because you actually see a lot of Jessica's trauma, like deep trauma. They fully show it, and just you kind of see more in her mind and stuff of what she's been through and why she's an alcoholic and stuff and doesn't trust people. Daredevil, there's still a lot of goodness inside of him. And he still kind of holds on from not killing people. Where Jessica, she just, even when she doesn't want to kill, she still kills. Yeah. And just Punisher, like, he'll just kill anyone if they're bad. Yeah. So, yeah. I'm just hoping season 2 is better. And then Cobra Kai ended well, but it's a show at that point just became so cringe. It just wasn't the same show, but ended well. Yeah. Season 3, a Squid Game. Oh yeah, it just literally reminded me of Alice in the Borderland. Oh my god, I need to get that as well. I literally waited a long time to watch Alice in Borderland season 3 because season 3 disappointing, sadly. Yeah, because I loved the first 2 seasons. It was literally better than Squid Game, but then they just ruined the story because I heard that they actually changed the story from the manga, and now I feel like I need to read the manga someday. I don't know if I'd start from like the beginning but then I heard they changed some things anyway from like for season 1 and 2, but they still mainly followed the story, I think. But yeah, disappointing, but probably like near here. Ironheart is something I don't even really care about, so I only watched 1 episode of Ironheart. And in a way, can I just say I didn't watch, because I only watched 1 episode, so I don't even feel like it deserves to be there. And I'm not sure if there was anything else. But yeah, Alien Earth, first 2 episodes were perfect. We captured Alien 1 and 2, but then they just went downhill. The story just being not really that interesting. A lot of retarded characters, literally retarded characters. Then we have an episode that's better than the first movie, in my opinion. And then they just go back to just retarded characters making dumb choices, and ends with just dumbness. So it's like the most. But it's just because of those 3 episodes why I can't put it like really low. Like it was so good. With one literally being better than one of the classic things in their franchise. Like that's why I can't put it like any lower. Pluribus, great concept, but just became boring as it went on. Stranger Things started off so well, but then last 3 episodes boring. Well, some of the last 3 episodes were boring, and then the last episode was just disappointing. But still gave the characters good endings. Yeah. Which I feel like near the end of the season it got better, but the start was boring, and I just literally had the show on in the background. Disappointing, boring, disappointing, and just literally destroying characters, disappointing. Yeah. And then the rest didn't watch. I just can't really think of anything else right now. There probably is other shows, but for the main ones I watched, this is kind of my ranking. Yeah, Severance deserves to be number 1, and I just hope I hope they don't take too long with season 2. And if we get season 2 of it, I just know it's going to take long to make. But it's basically we play Stranger Things, because Stranger Things' final season wasn't that good anyway, for me, in my opinion. Even though it ended terribly, like Game of Thrones level, but yeah, should have been better. And in a 9-year-old show in such a lame way. Not lame, but like disappointing way. I kind of expected a lot more, but hey, at least Steve didn't die. That was the main thing. Yeah. And then it's just 11. It's like, it's in the middle. Like, you don't know if she's dead or alive, but if they make something later on, I guess we'll find out. Like a movie or something. Yeah. But yeah, I'll send it here. Let me know where you'd rank shows. I'm sure you can leave a like. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.